Dr. Grant, physical therapist, is going to go over an exercise for a rotational pattern for loading the hips, the lower body, in a manner that's going to kind of help with stability and strength for running, for golf, a lot of different activities if you're an athlete. But specifically, we're going to talk about golf and how that's going to help you with being able to stay in posture, being able to rotate, being able to actually load the hips and feel what that feels like, but also to build up the tolerance and the ability to control through that lateral hip, the glute region, to stabilize. So to get into this, I have a strap hooked up to a cable. You could use a band, clip it to a cable, or have two bands, one tied to a rack and the other clipped to a cable or a clip that you're able to kind of turn into. Anyways, you're gonna face away, right? It's gonna go in the front shoulder, and then it's gonna cross the back first, and then the waist. It's probably the hardest thing for people to get down. Once you get that down, the rest is pretty simple. So I have 10 pounds of resistance here. 10 to 20 is what I typically go with. You don't need a ton. So that band could be a thin one if you're gonna use a band instead. Back foot's gonna be elevated on the bench. If you feel like you gotta start here, that's fine, or even here, that's fine. But we're gonna put the back foot up. My inside leg to the rack there, or to where I'm being pulled, is gonna be forward. So I'm gonna chest down, butt back. So it's a hinge, balance. So chest down, butt back, rotate. And you can see I can lift my back leg off. That's telling me that I'm loading this side really well. I'm using that as a kickstand. And then I'm gonna use this right hip to bring me back square. So look, I can take my foot off and kind of show I'm really using the hip to do that. I'm not just turning my chest. That's not achieving what we want. We want to rotate in the hip. So belt buckle needs to go that direction. If you're just turning chest and not belt buckle, we're not loading the hip, if that makes sense. So rotate, feel that control, slowly come back. This is not for speed. Control the motion, loading to that outside hip. Gonna be really great for maintaining posture and building up great stability for your swing so you don't slide or sway. For runners, it's gonna build up some really great outside hip strength to help you run, not have back pain, not have other issues in your legs. Outside leg, we're gonna switch the feet. Outside legs forward and inside legs up. Little squat or hinge, little knee bend, chest down, butt back, rotate over. So I can still pick that back leg off. A lot of people may want to do this or this. We're rotating into the hip. And so what that looks like from this view is we are going to show this foot. We're here, we're gonna rotate into the hip. We're not dumping over, we're not standing it up. You are literally moving your pelvis, your belt buckle around, and you're stacking yourself over that leg, right? I wanna be able to drop a plumb line, chest, knee to foot, okay? So that's gonna work on building stability, strength, and that rotational pattern to really make you more resilient for golf, as well as running, or anything else that you're wanting to do that requires any kind of rotation, turning, or loading in a single leg manner, such as running. But really demonstrate control. Great exercise. You can add the weight. There's a lot of variations we can throw into this to make this more challenging and, more dynamic.